Hi everyone, this is Stephanie and welcome back to another tutorial with me on HTML and CSS. I know I have been out for a while and I apologize for that, but I am back and I am back to teach you more tutorials on HTML and CSS. So let's begin. In today's tutorial, we are going to be learning about HTML table. So let's get right to it. In order to make an HTML table, you must define the table using the HTML table tag. And to do that, we're going to have our closing table tag and our opening table tag. And in between here, our information is going to go there. So the first thing is first, we're going to have a couple of table rows. The first table row, and the table row starts with TR closing tag and the TR opening tag. The first table row is going to have our table header. So let's go ahead and do that. In order to do that, we will have the opening TH, which stands for table header, and the closing TH. And in between here will be our first title. And I'm going to name this teachers. Okay. And then I'm just going to Control D to just copy and paste 2 more times. The next one I'm going to have is sports for my second title. And my last title is going to be juice. Okay. Now we're done with that part. So after the closing table row tag, we're going to make another table row tag. And this one is going to consist of our table data. Okay, so all the information. So for the first header, we have teachers. Now we want to add our first teacher. So to do that, you will have the TD, which stands for table data. And our first teacher is going to be Miss Rosca. Correct? And then for our second table data, we're going to have our sports. And I'm going to have basketball. And then the last one we have is juice. So let's think about our favorite juice, and I'm going to say apple juice. Apple juice. Now let's go ahead and save that, and let's go ahead and run it. So let's go ahead and launch in Chrome to see how our table is looking. And as of now, it's not showing. Did we save it? Yes, we did. So let's go ahead and okay, here it is. Okay, so now, as you can see, this is our table. So we have teachers, we have Miss Roscoe. Sports, we have basketball. Juice, we have apple juice. Now let's go ahead and add more, more teachers, more sports, and more juice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy this again. We're going to have to make another table row. And then I'm just going to change this to Mr. Cooper. And this one is going to be baseball. And this is going to be orange juice. And let's go add one more. And I'm going to add Miss Duncan. Let's add football. And we're going to add cranberry juice. Okay, so now let's go ahead and save that. Let's go back over here and refresh. and look at our beautiful table. So we have Miss Roscoe, Miss Cooper, Miss Duncan for teachers. For sports, we have basketball, baseball, and football. And for juice, we have apple juice, orange juice, and cranberry juice. How lovely is that? Now let's add, a little bit more functionality to this. Let's add a border to our table. And in order to do that, we're going to call the table table, and we want to say that we want a border. 1 pixel solid black. Let's see how it's looking. And look at that border, making our table look very nice. And let's say we wanted to change the background color of that table. Background color green. Okay, look how nice that is. And let's go ahead and add a border. Let's add it to our table headers and our table data. So to do that, TH, comma, and TD, and let's add a border, 1 pixel solid. Let's see what color we want. Let's add white. Okay. And now let's save that. And look at that. Look at that beautiful table. Now it's coming together. Because at first it looked a little bit plain and boring. So now let's add some more stuff to it. Let's say we wanted our cell padding, which is our table header and our table data, to have space in between each other. So we will add padding to our padding, and I'm going to pick 15 pixels. And now let's look at that. Now our table got bigger and it has more space. So that's what we want, because we don't want everything all jumbled up like before. So if we go back and refresh, and our table looks a little claustrophobic. So we want it to be spaced out and have space in between each other. And look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful table. Now let's add more stuff to it. How about aligning our headings? Okay. Let's say we wanted to align our headings to the left. How would we do that? So let's call the table heading. And in order to do this, we will put text align. And I want to align my table headings to the left. Well, actually not to the left, but to the right. Now let's see this in action, and look at how our table headings align to the right. And we can also do this for the left. Look at that. And we can also do this for center. Okay. So by default, it's in center. But we can go ahead and align it to the left or to the right. Or we can just leave it the way it is. Great. So now let's talk about border spacing. Let's say we wanted spacing between the borders. And in order to do that, we will go back to our table. And we will say border spacing. how much spacing do you want, and I'm going to pick 5 pixels. And look at that. So our border has spacing. And we can add, let's say we want it like 15 pixels. How would that look? Look at that. Spacing, border spacing between our table border and the table headers and the table data. Cool. And just practice, keep practicing with this and play around. I'm going to switch around with blue. Look at that. Beautiful. So yeah, that is how you add border spacing to the table and padding and all of that good stuff. So overall, this is how you do a table in HTML. So that's about it, guys. I am done with this tutorial for now, and we're going to be learning about other things in HTML and CSS. Hopefully it won't be long, and we will soon be done with HTML and CSS. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next tutorial. Bye!